Hello and welcome once again to another episode of The Naked Turner. Today I have a piece of Silky Oak which was sent to me by Les from Australia. And this piece, let me pull it up here, this piece came to me together, but then I noticed it had a split right here. Hopefully you can see that. And then I was also noticing that, let me turn this around here, I was also noticing that there is what appears to be a ring shake running through this right here. You can see it up here, runs around like this. So there's a ring shake right here for whatever reason. I'm not sure what caused it. But anyway, then when I cut it open, you can see right here, that split runs through here, and it is definitely a ring shake, which is a weak spot in a growth ring that is oftentimes prone to splitting out. You can see it right here in the end, right there. And then it wraps the corner and runs through the piece. So hopefully this won't split apart, but that's part of why I decided to cut it like this, because for several reasons. Now I have a square piece which I can turn a bowl out of, and that's what I'm going to turn out of this piece. The other thing I noticed about this is it looks a lot like lacewood, which I happen to have a allergic reaction to. So I'm not sure if this is exactly the same as lacewood, but the grain sure looks like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm turning this outside. I'm going to have my fan on, and I'll probably wear my my Vena hood, my Trend Air hood, because I don't want to take any of this dust into my lungs if I am allergic to it. Last time I turned some lacewood, I ended up with a rash all over my forearm where the shavings were falling on my forearm. So I'm going to try to avoid that today, and I'll probably cover my arms a little bit or something like that. Anyway, what I'm going to be trying to turn out of this is a bowl. This piece is 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and it is approximately 2.25 inches thick. I am going to lose a little because it's got some twisting to it, so it'll probably end up being about a 2-inch by 5.25 inch bowl, something like that. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get over to the lathe and start doing some turning. But remember, before you start turning, please read, and most importantly, understand, and then follow all of the safety for any tool that you're going to be using. Familiarize yourself with your manuals and any safety precautions that must be taken when you're utilizing a tool. And for this, most of all, wear a face shield. And I'm actually going to be wearing a face shield with a ventilator on it, which will be pumping fresh air in for me. All right? And that's called a Trend Air Pro. You can look those up. They are made in the UK. You can buy them here in this country through Woodcraft, I think, carries them. Trend, just look up Trend, T-R-E-N-D, Air Pro, and you'll see the kind of hood that I'm talking about. They are pricey, and I'm not wild about their batteries or the cost of their filters, but for certain things, they really do make a huge difference. This piece, I got it screwed on to my 3-inch faceplate, and it's mounted up securely. And you can kind of see this grain in this is real interesting. It looks exactly like lacewood, both ways, both in the end grain and on the flat side grain here. So, on the vertical grain on the side here, on the end grain, and then we'll see what the flat grain looks like as I start popping through it. I did want to put something over my arms. Putting on my face shield, and I'm going to start turning this up around, let's see, probably going to be somewhere around 1600. Yeah, 1600 RPM looks good. Okay, and we'll start doing some turning now. Using my 1/2-inch bowl gouge. cuts extremely easily. Okay, looking good. Okay, I'm going to do a little more sculpting here. This wood is very interesting. It is extremely porous in the end grain and fairly soft and porous on throughout this piece of timber. So I'm going to try to come in here and do a cut to remove some of that. But first I'm just going to take and put a little bit better edge on my gouge here. And to do that, in my wallet I have a credit card sized diamond hone stone, which I've been using lately, and what I can do with that, hopefully it's going to be hard for me to get this in focus, but anyway, I just do a couple quick passes following the bevel all the way around. And that puts a little burr on this real nicely. Okay. Much better. Yeah, I'm liking that. My let's zoom out a little. My Trend Air was running out of battery, so I've got to pop another battery in here. Okay, putting on some sanding sealer here. Turning way down low. Alright, as I was sanding, I got a little bit of a burn on this inside edge, so I'm going to have to sand that away a little bit here. Okay, I've got it looking really nice. It just need to burnish a little bit the excess oil off for a second. Alright, there we go. And that's already getting a really nice luster to it. It feels so nice. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some finish on this. this is my shellac mixture. This is not even a friction rub. This is just a shellac mixture, clear shellac with a little bit of denatured alcohol. And I'm putting that right over the top of the walnut oil that I used. Okay, now I put a little bit of oil on and a little bit of my shellac. Just right on the rag. I'm doing it right on the rag right now. I've been trying some new stuff with my finishes just to see if I can expedite it a little bit and still end up with a nice finish. I'm going at a relatively slow 580 RPM right now. Just trying to work this in without heating it up too much. I'm going to let it first soak in. A little more oil, just a tiny little bit. A little tiny bit more oil, a little tiny bit more finish. Work it into the rag. The oil is really there just to act as a lubricant for the shellac, and it allows the shellac to slide around without gumming up too much. And then it starts kicking off and curing evenly across your piece. Okay, now I'm going to bring the speed up a little, up around almost 1,000 RPM. Okay, very light touch at this point. I'm not wanting to heat it up too much. Just light fingers. There we go. Bringing up the speed now. I'm just burnishing those oils in. And you can see the luster in it. Sometimes you got to bring up the speed a little more in this center part as it's moving at fewer inches per second are traveling past you. So, bring up the speed a little down there. Alright, see what we got here. And that looks really nice. I'm going to let that sit for a little while before I flip it around because it's still really moist. And what I'll do is do a final little buffing with a rag, a dry rag. Okay, so I've got this shined up pretty nice here. The grain is very interesting and beautiful. And this is part of that ring shake right here, which is adding some interest to it. It is fully filled in, so even though there was a ring shake there, it had something filling that old most parts. There are some little sort of tubelets, capillaries that are open inside of it, and they are now sealed up with some shellac, and walnut oil. So there it is. I'm going to zoom out just a hair so you can see the whole thing. And okay. Alright, there it is. It's turning out real nice so far. I'll flip it around and start hollowing it out. You can see the ring shake right there that I was just talking about. And right here there's a split going down to about there. And I think everywhere else it looks pretty stable. So I'll start working on it from the other side. Yeah, this split right here down to about there, like right there. Alright, so I'll start working on it and show you the interior. Alright, I'm suited back up, got my safety gear on, and using my 1/2 inch bowl gouge. Everything's locked off. Spinning up around 1550 RPM. I'm going to surface this first. Hey Les, this stuff cuts like butter. Okay, that was all real-time cutting there, so I now have about a good fat half-inch or so to go down in there. Okay, so here it is hollowed out. Now I'm just going to do some sanding and finishing, and I'll check back in with you. Alright, so I did just there is a split here, and I'm putting some CA glue down into that split that I was talking about before that went about 3/4 of an inch in. On the inside it went maybe even a little further than 3/4, almost 7/8. So I just put some CA glue, and it feels stable now, and I'm doing some additional sanding, then I'll apply some finish. Okay, so I have it sanded now down to 320, and I'm applying sanding sealer. I already had a first coat on. This is applying the second coat now. Just making sure I get a real nice thorough coat. Alright, that's better. I was just putting on sanding sealer when my battery went dead, so I just put on a second coat of sanding sealer, and I've let that dry up here. It's almost totally dry, and then I'm going to go about doing some wet sanding. Alright, I got it wet sanded, and now I'm wiping off the excess oil. hopefully now you can see how incredible this grain is. Thank you so much, Les from Australia. This piece of wood is incredible, extremely easy to mill. The let's see, parts of the ring split you can see right here, this sort of dark little part there, and then you can see it on the edges as well. There's a piece running through right there, right there. So yeah, very, very cool, beautiful piece. And I kept myself covered up pretty well, so I don't think I'm going to have any problem if it is something that I'm allergic to. And I'll do a little research about it as well. And there you have it, finished piece. I'm going to pop it off the lathe here. I'll take some stills and post those at the end of the video. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and share it. And if you're not a subscriber, click subscribe. Become a subscriber. I'm posting new content all the time on how to make bowls, plates, platters, cups, goblets, and other things. So I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support.